Good morning, everyone. My name's Stuart. If we haven't met before, I'm the Exam Solutions guy, the guy who's done all the videos on the Exam Solutions website. And it's great to see a lot of you on this morning, the usual people, and hopefully we'll have a few new ones on. Got something special for you today. It's a quiz. It's going to be covering a lot of AS stuff. Well, I say a lot. There's some tricky kind of questions. I've got some tricks in there to try and catch you guys out. And hopefully have a little bit of a competition. I know I can see the regulars on here, as I say. And it'll be good just to have a little competition between you. We've got 8 questions here, and I'll just explain what's going to happen. I'm going to give you a question, and the answer, if you haven't guessed already, will be in the grid that will be displayed. And you just got to give me your answer. If, for instance, I'll tell you what, we'll just bring it up anyway, okay, the grid, and then it'd be easier to explain from there, okay? So just welcome some more people. I can see that we got a few more guys on. Good. Okay, so look, I'll just move this over. Okay, so hopefully you can start to see a grid now on here. A lot of answers to the questions I'm going to give you. And as I say, there's going to be a few tricks in here. And when you spot the answer, or you think you've got the answer, let's just suppose one of the answers was in, say, square C2. Just enter C2, okay? If you thought the answer was in D4, go for D4, and so on, okay? So hopefully you've got the idea there. So give me the letter first and then the number afterwards, okay? Don't waste time trying to type physically the answer in, okay? So that's the idea, 8 questions, and we will take the result. The first person in with the correct result, okay, will get a point, okay? And we'll see after the 8 questions who has got the most, okay? So just have a go. Might even want to guess what the answer is, okay? And take a wild guess, but we're going to just leave it to run for a little while, okay? Right, so hope you're ready, okay? So give you the first question now, okay? So here it is. Find the value of x that satisfies the following, okay? We've got log 4x minus log x equals log of 2x plus 1. Remember, don't give me the value of x, just give me the grid reference, the letter first, okay? And Michael, who's on the live chat at the moment, will just check out who gets the first answer correct, okay? So I'll leave this running. Shouldn't take too long to do. Okay. So hopefully you're busy working away. Okay. So we have an answer from Tane at the moment. I'm not saying whether she's right or he's right, sorry. And Natalie coming in with answers. Erica, Vijay. Good to see you guys out there. Okay, competition time. Raja with C1. Okay, so remember, I'm trying to catch you out on some of these questions, so take care. Okay, so good to see some participation here from you guys. All right, if you're just joining us now, just to remind you, okay, it's a competition, 8 questions, and you've just got to give me the grid reference of the solution, and we'll take first correct solution in, and that person will get a point. Okay, so what is the answer? Well, I think you might have guessed. The answer is in square C6. Now, it is 3/2, and tan A was the first in. So well done, tan A. Let us just show you quickly how this is done. All right, you should be familiar with logs. I'm going to briefly go through this. What we're using here is the subtraction rule for logs, okay, where we need to, is doing the log of 4x divided by x, okay, and what this does is it reduces our log equation down to two terms. Whenever you've got log equations, always head towards two terms, okay, one term on one side of the equals and another on the other side of the equals, and in this case we've got two log terms on each side. So when it comes to anti-logging here, we can say that 4x over x, or just simply 4 because those x's cancel out, equal the 2x plus 1. Okay, so if you do that, you're going to get this equation here. 4 equals 2x plus 1. Rearrange it now and you will find that x equals 3/2, which is the answer in square C6. So again, well done, Tane. You were the first in for that one, and thanks guys for taking part on that one. Okay, so just a warm-up question there for you, okay, on logs. Right, so hopefully you've got the idea now. So we're going to clear the screen and we're going to go for the second question of 8. So you guys out there, if you want to get a point, you've got to be the first up there, okay? Nice quick one here for you. What we've got here is this question. Give me the vertical asymptote for this graph. Okay, y equals 1 over x minus 2. It's going to be x equals something. Just tell me what it's going to be. That reference, okay? It's the reference number that we need. Okay, we want a reference number. Okay, to get a point, you need the reference number. Okay, right. Okay, so it's good to see you guys coming in there. Okay, now I can see, as you can see, that the answer is in square D1. It is 2, but I did ask for the reference number, so I have to say that even though Jasmine was the quickest one in, I believe, okay, Marcus was the first in with the right square. Okay, so that's good. I don't know how you guys did that one, but I'll just quickly show you. Okay, I sketched the graph of y equals 1 over x. Looks like this. Okay, it has asymptotes. It has a vertical asymptote, the y-axis, which will be x equals 0. And it has also a horizontal asymptote. Okay, y equals 0. But when we apply this graph, I saw it as a translation of 2 units to the right of this graph. So what you're going to get is this graph here, okay? And that vertical asymptote, which was x equals 0 along the y-axis, now moves 2 units across to the right, and so its equation is x equals 2. And x equals 2 is the answer in D1. All right? So, well done, Marcus, for giving that reference number correct. Well done, everyone else, anyway, for having a go and getting it correct. Good to see you take part there. Okay, so we have 1 point given out to Marcus, and was it Tasmin? I can't. Oh, Tane. Okay, on the first question. All right, so everything to fight for. Okay. We're going on for question 3, okay, of the 8 questions. Right, okay, here it is. Okay, solve the following for x, where x is measured in degrees. So we just want the value or values of x, okay, where x lies between 0 and 90, and it can equal those two values. Here we go. We got cos squared x equals a half cosine of x. X is measured in degrees, okay? So, need to see how you get on with this. Okay. Who's going to be first in? With a grid reference, remember. The grid reference is what we're looking for. Could be any one of these squares, okay? Good to see you coming in with some answers here. Okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, who's going to be the first one in with the right one? Okay, grid reference is good to see you giving me the good reference. Okay, right. Well, we've got some answers here, and there is one person out there who's come in with the right answer. Won't say who it is at the moment, okay, who's come in first. Now, the reason I gave you this one, and I can see some of you have been caught out. So, do not make this mistake in questions like this, okay? It is divide through by cosine x, unless you know what you're doing, okay? That will just leave you with cosine x equals a half. And when you take the inverse of cosine x, the inverse of half, okay, the inverse cos of half, you'll find you will get 60 degrees, okay, which is in square A2. But it's not the answer, okay? Don't make that mistake unless you know what you're doing, okay? And I'll tell you why. First of all, rearrange it, okay? Rearrange it so it equals 0. And then factorize this. You can pull out a common factor of cosine x, okay? If you pull out cosine x, you're going to get cosine x times cosine x minus a half equals 0. And so what you have here are two factors that equal 0. Cosine x can equal 0, or the cosine of x minus a half equals 0. And you lose this result if you divide through by cosine x straight away. It's a very common mistake that I see all the time, hence the reason for giving you this question. If you divide out by a factor that can be a solution in an equation, make sure you put it equal to 0. So cosine x can equal 0, okay? If we put each factor equals to 0, we've got cosine x equals 0, or the other factor, cos x minus a half equals 0. So, when cos x equals 0, x equals 90, okay? And when we have the cosine of x minus a half equaling 0, cos x will equal a half, leading to x equals 60. So, the answers are x equals 60, x equals 90, okay? I haven't put the degree in here on purpose, purely because I used the degree symbol up in the question, okay? So x is 60 or 90. All right, okay, so hopefully you've seen that point, okay? It's not really a trick question, but it did, I can see, catch a lot of you out. So who got it right? I saw that Natalie was the first in there with the correct solution. So well done, Natalie. The correct solution is in square F5, okay? There, down there, okay? 60 and 90. So well done. So I think we've got 3 people on 1 point. What a competition this is going to be. We're running out, we'll soon be running out of questions. We're on question 4 now, okay? So everything to start playing for. Right, so we'll just clear the screen now. So we've got question 4. Okay, with this one, here you go. Find the gradient of the curve when x equals 4 for this curve here. Okay, y equals 4 divided by 5 times the square root of x. Away you go. All right. See what you can give us for question 4. Stiff competition out there if you're taking part. Have a go. It's everything's to play for. Okay. Should be able to do this without a calculator. Okay, we got some guys coming in with some answers here. Okay, a couple of different answers, so still more to play for, maybe. Okay, find the gradient of the curve when x equals 4 for this equation. Y equals 4, all divided by 5 root x. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I can see that it seems that there's a consensus here that it's looking like D6, or have I caught you out at all? We'll wait for another person to come up with an answer. Is there anybody out there going to put another answer up? Okay. Nobody. Oh, you got an answer from Marcus here coming in. Might be a time delay on this. Okay. Kickish with F2. Interesting. Okay. Is F2 the one? Another one. Tane with F2. Does that mean Kickish is the first in with the correct answer? Who knows? All right. Well, let's see. I won't give it away. Who's got the right answer? Let's just see. Okay. So, what would I want to do first of all? Rewrite this as 4/5 x to the minus half. Okay, this is x to the power half in the denominator. We've got to bring it up. If we're going to find the gradient of curve, we need to differentiate this. Okay, that would give us the gradient of the tangent at any point on the curve. So, differentiating this in the normal way, it'll be minus a half times 4/5, which will give you minus 2/5, and then you reduce the power by 1. So that's x to the minus 1/2, or minus 3/2. I'm going to rewrite this by dropping the power down into the denominator and writing it as the square root of x cubed. Okay, x to the power 3/2, square root of x cubed. Substitute now x equals 4 into there, and when you do that, you will find that you get minus 1/20. And minus 1/20 happens to be in square D6. Okay, so well done to Raja for getting square D6. Well done, Raja. Okay. So I think that, Michael, I think that's 1 point apiece to quite a few guys out there. So no clear leader at the moment. I think, can you confirm that for me? Okay, if that is the case. So it looks like there's 1 point each. Okay, I'll just wait for Michael to message me on this. So I think it is 1 point. Anyway, while I'm waiting for Michael, we're going to clear the screen. Okay, we have got a few more questions to go. Okay, so let's just clear the screen. And we'll put up 5. Yes, 1 point to Tane, Marcus, Natalie and Raja. Okay, so still everything to play for. Question 5 now of 8 questions. Okay, so this one. Here it is. Find the exact values of k for which the equation has equal roots. X squared equals 2kx minus 3. Okay? Question 5. Just give me the grid reference. Okay? So, find the exact values of k for which this equation has equal roots. X squared equals 2kx minus 3. Okay? So it's one apiece then at the moment for a lot of you guys. So let's see who's going to pip the others, if that's going to be the case. If it's a draw, I don't think I've got a question on the ready. Okay. VK with C3, Raja with F1. Who's to say who's right? Erica, A5. Okay. Right. Answers streaming in here. Quite a lot of differing answers. Okay, so I wonder who's going to be correct. Right, good to see you taking part in this one. All right, good. Lovely. Okay, well, I'm going to draw a line under this one. Okay, and we'll see who's right with it. Okay, so it's about roots of a quadratic, discriminant. Hopefully you know all about discriminants. Okay, I'll talk you through this one. You need to rearrange the equation first. Okay, make it equal to 0. When you've got a quadratic equation, okay, we would normally use the quadratic formula. Remember, x equals minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. The bit in the root is the bit that determines the root. It's called the discriminant. And for equal roots, you should know that b squared minus 4ac should equal 0. Now, with the quadratic equation of the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, a would be 1, b would be minus 2k, and c would be 3. So we need to substitute those values into that equation, and that's what you would get. There's our b. B is the minus 2k. b squared is minus 2k all squared. Minus 4 times a, which was the 1, times the c, which was the 3. And that's going to equal 0. You just need to solve this. So if you square that out, the minus 2k all squared, you're going to get 4k squared minus 12 equals 0. Rearrange it. K squared is going to equal 12 divided by 4, which is 3. Take the square root. Don't get caught out. There's two answers, plus or minus the root of 3. And that answer you'll see is F1 down here. Okay, plus or minus root 3. So, who was first in with that? Okay, I think it was Raja. Okay, before it scrolls off the screen for me. Okay, so good to see that. So I think Raja has actually taken the lead. Okay, well done, Raja. 2 points out there. A few of you guys are on 1. So with we've got 6, 7, and 8. 3 more questions to go. It's still time to be able to catch up. Okay, so we're going to move on. Right, here we go. Nice question. Hopefully you see this one. Okay, don't get caught out. Find the shaded area in square units for this curve here. Y equals the cube root of x. It's the cube root of x, not 3 times root x, the cube root of x. It's a sketch, okay? It's not drawn accurately. So take that, bear that in mind, okay? So find that shaded area. Give us the grid reference when you've got the answer, and we'll see. Can anyone match Raja? Okay, he's on 2 points at the moment. A few of you out there are on 1 point, so you can easily catch up. Go for it. Okay. Kieran has an answer. Okay. You can still be a champion here. Okay. Just by having a go. There's plenty to play for. We have Raja with E4. Natalie with B4. Kickish with E4. Is it E4? Is it C6? Is it B4? Who knows? Okay. Keep going, guys. Keep going. Okay. We'll see what we've got. Again, great to see you having a go. Okay, that's the main thing. Have a go. Don't be afraid. Even take a pop shot guess. Okay, worth playing for. It's good to be able to take intelligent guesses. Okay, right. Okay, so we've got some people coming in with their answers now. Okay, right, let's see who got this one right. Okay, I'll take you through it. I'll show you how I did it. Okay, now you should recognize that this graph, even though it's a sketch, not accurately drawn, if it were to be accurately drawn, it would be not symmetrical, but this area here would be equal to this area down here. Okay, remember, when you've got areas below an axis, they would come out negative. You have to break it into stages, but realizing that this area here is the same as this one, all you need to do, or all I needed to do, was to integrate this curve between 0 and 1 and double my answer. And that's how I did it anyway. So here we go. The area is twice the integral from 0 to 1 of the cube root of x, which I've written as x to the power third. Okay, so using that with respect to x. And in the usual way, add 1 to the power, which is x to the power 4/3, and divide by that new power, 4/3. And then sub in your limits, okay, taking 1 first, and then subtract what you get when you put 0 through. I've also done 2 divided by 4/3, which is 3/2. So for 1 to the 4/3, that's the cube root of 1, which is 1, to the power 4 is 1, okay? And when it comes to 0 to the 4/3, that's 0. So what you get is 3/2 times 1. That area is going to be 3/2 square units. Remember, if you've been watching other live streams, try to emphasize putting on square units, by the way, for area. But I said here, find the shaded area in square units. So all I was after was 3/2. And 3/2 then was C6, okay? There it is, up there. So I did see someone who gave us C6, first of all. I can't see who it was. It was Kieran, so I'm getting whispers from my left ear, from my wife. Okay, he's on the other computer. I'm sure Michael will confirm that. Okay, so what does that look like for the scores? Okay, Raja, I think, is 2 up, and the other guys still have 1. Okay, so still more to play for. 2 more questions to go. God, the excitement is building. Okay, so let's clear the page. Okay, hope you got that last one. So, next question. Okay, here we go. If x minus 2 is a factor of f of x, find the value of k here. Okay, so if x minus 2 is a factor of f of x here, find the value of k. So away you go. 2 more questions, 7 and 8 to go. Everything to go for. If you get a moment, Michael, can you just bring up the scores, if possible? Okay, Kieran coming in with an answer. Okay, thanks Michael for putting that up. That's the running score at the moment as we run into question 7. So, okay, you can go for this. Okay, keep it going, guys. Okay, see how we go. Okay, Din, I see you've just joined us. We're looking for the answers. We want the grid reference, okay, not the value, just in case you want to have a go. You got a chance here. Okay, so good to see you go for these. Okay, right. Okay, we're going to move on. Okay, good. I think you most probably have guessed the answer is grid reference E3. Okay, E3 giving us the 1 here. So you guys are all on the ball with this one because it is the factor theorem. Okay. Remember, if you've got x minus 2 as a factor, it means that by putting x minus 2 equal to 0, x would equal 2. And that means that you can put 2 into here and it should equal 0. So if you substitute x equals 2 in there, you're going to get that equation. And I can see that you guys have already most probably worked all of that out. And nice simple equation comes out at k equaling 1. All right. Okay, so that was, as I say, E3. So stiff competition now. Okay, we have some ones, and I think we have a competition here between Kieran, is it, and who's got now 2 points, and Raja. Okay, is there anybody else who can come in with the right answer for number 8? Okay, so we'll clear the screen. Well done, guys. This is going to be the final shootout. Okay, so here we go. All right. Number 8. If ABCD is a rectangle and A has coordinates -2, 3, B has coordinates 4, 7, and C has coordinates 10, -2, find the coordinates of D. Okay, so there it is. We have a rectangle, ABCD, giving you the 3 coordinates, A -2, 3, B 4, 7, C 10, -2, and you've got to give me the grid reference. Remember the grid reference, if you're joining us late, for the coordinates of D. Okay, so we're looking for the exact answer here. Go for it. Okay, Kickish coming in with B5. Kieran, E2. Nice to see differing answers, so still more to play for. Are they correct? Is one of them correct, or are none of them correct? Keep going. Okay, Stanislas, B5. Okay, 2 for B5. Let's give it some more time. Let's see. We've got differing results here. Is anybody else going to come in with any answers? Okay, keep it going, guys. How are we doing out there? There is a time delay here, about 30 seconds, so before I actually see it. Okay. Natalie coming in with F6. Anybody else? Interesting to see differing answers. Isabel, F6. 2 for B5, 2 for F6. Kieran with E2. Is Kieran the one? Let's wait to see anybody else out there going for this one. The tension is mounting. Okay, now it's interesting to see how long this one is taking a lot of you guys. And this is possibly a sign that you might be doing it an awkward way. And that's one of the reasons why I thought I'd give you this question. Okay, I'm not going to say who's correct at this moment in time. Okay, there is a correct answer there. One of you guys has got the correct answer. But I'm going to show you the way I would do something like this, okay? And that is, I would sketch a graph. So I hope you guys did sketch the graph. And you can see almost immediately where D is. So even if you had to check your answer, you'll be able to check to see if it looks realistic. But something like this can easily be done by vectors, okay? I'm thinking guys might have done coordinate geometry with working out equations of lines and perpendicular gradients. I might be wrong there, but to do this, all you've got to do is look at the vector from B to C. Okay, it's going to be the same as A to D. So if you look at the vector B to C, okay, you can see that you're going from the x4 here to 10 is going to be 6 units across, the difference between 10 and 4. And going downwards, it's going to be the difference between the 7 and the -2. 7 minus -2, that's going to be 9 units, but you're going to be dropping 9 units, okay? So it's 6 across, 9 down, all right? So that's the vector BC, 6 across, 9 down. That's going to be the same as the vector A to D. So all I've got to do is just go 6 across from A and 9 units down, and that will get me to D. So if we do that, O to D is O to A plus A to D, and adding them will give you 4, -6. That's the vector. The coordinate will be written as 4 minus 6, and that is F6. And the first person up there was Natalie. Okay, well done Natalie for getting that. I don't know whether you did it that method, just out of interest. Okay, did any of you do it by vectors? Just let me know if you did it by vectors. Just say yes, okay, if you did it by vectors. It'd be just interesting to see while we get the results in. Okay, so did it by a midpoint method. Marcus didn't do it by vectors. Isabel, yes, you did it by vectors. Good. Excuse me. Okay, so David, yes, okay. Right, okay, Natalie, first in, but she didn't do it by vectors. Okay, so let's see how we're doing, okay? Let's just come back over. Okay, guys, well, hope you enjoyed that, okay, that quiz there. I hope you got something from it and saw the point of doing it. I certainly enjoyed making it up for you. And okay, so let's have a look at the scores. Michael, if you could just forward us the scores. They've just gone off the screen for me. So my wife also has been on the other computer. She's been taking down what the points are. Who is the winner? Okay, who's the winner? Oh, we have a draw. We have a draw. Natalie, Raja and Kieran on 2 points. Now, I haven't got a question for you just to have a final fight out, but well done guys, okay, for taking part, and you can go away with your head held high, okay. Thank you anyway to everyone who took part in this. Hope you enjoyed it, as I said earlier. Okay, so it remains for me just to say cheerio, have a good day, and don't forget, by the way, to give us a thumbs up if you like this, or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Always great to have new subscribers, and you'll be then get notice of any live streams that we're putting up and any videos. So take care, guys, and keep looking at our diary to see when the next live stream is. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.